Once upon a time, in a quiet forest, there lived a little bird named Lira. She was once the most beautiful bird in the trees. Her feathers shone like sunlight, and her songs could melt the hearts of even the grumpiest creatures. But one stormy night, as she tried to protect her nest, lightning struck a nearby branch and she was injured. Her right wing never healed properly. From that day onward, Lira couldn't fly like she used to. At first, she tried every morning to spread her wings, to feel the wind again. But the pain was too much. One day, as she fell from a branch trying to take off, she lay on the ground and cried. "Why me?" she whispered. "Why do I have to suffer like this? What did I do wrong?" Days turned into weeks. Lira stopped singing. She didn't join the other birds when they flew across the sky. Instead, she sat quietly, watching them disappear into the clouds, feeling small, broken, and forgotten. One evening, an old turtle passed by and saw Lira sitting in silence. The turtle asked, "Little bird, why do you look so sad?" "I can't fly any more," Lira replied. "What is a bird without wings? I've lost everything that made me who I am." The turtle smiled gently. "When I was young," he said, "I used to envy the birds. I wanted to fly, to see the world from above, but I was born with a shell, heavy and slow. For a long time I cursed my fate. But one day I realized something important. The same shell that slowed me down also protected me. Life gives everyone something and takes something too. But suffering comes not from what we lose, it comes from refusing to see what we still have." Lira frowned. "But what do I have left? Look around," said the turtle. "You have a voice. You have a heart that feels deeply. Maybe you can't fly anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't soar in another way." That night, Lira thought deeply about the turtle's words. For the first time in months, she looked at the stars instead of the clouds. The next morning, as the sun rose, she began to sing again, not the songs of flying, but songs of hope, pain, and courage. Her melody spread through the forest. The animals stopped to listen. Even the birds flying high above came down to hear her. They said her voice carried something powerful, something they had never heard before. Her suffering had given her depth, her pain had given her soul. Days passed, and Lira became known not as the bird who couldn't fly, but as the bird whose song healed hearts. The forest grew silent every evening just to hear her sing. One day, the old turtle came back and smiled at her. "You see," he said softly, "you stopped suffering the moment you stopped fighting your pain. Life didn't take your wings, it gave you a new way to rise." Lira looked at him and nodded. "Maybe I can't touch the sky anymore," she said, "but I can help others feel its beauty." And from that day on, Lira sang every morning, not out of sadness, but out of gratitude. She finally understood sometimes suffering isn't there to break you. It's there to awaken the strength you never knew you had. Because the moment you stop fighting your pain, you start growing from it.